Hi, I've got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
Hello guys and welcome to episode 8 of F1 2017 career mode for the Canadian Grand Prix, and finally we have a power unit upgrade. The efficiency upgrades were worth it. Yes, we finally have the power unit upgrade, and at Canada that can only be a good thing. Yes, it's a good thing at any place to have extra power, but Canada in particular, as we learned in the real 2018 season with Mercedes delaying their upgrade, yes, it really does matter. But because of our departmental efficiency upgrades, we can move on to another upgrade which will unlock fuel efficiency upgrades and more engine power upgrades. So we're going to upgrade that now as part of the fuel injection system brackets power and get that sorted. And yes, that's going to be another 2 weeks, which means 2 races. That's the Austrian Grand Prix, which ironically, a rivalry with a former Red Bull driver in the junior team. That's Daniel Kvyat, now our rival. And for this weekend, as we're going to qualify, we're going to fit a completely fresh power unit, because it's Canada. You need fresh power units. So here we are in qualifying, and it's a little damp. So power isn't going to matter much, which it can be seen as a good thing because we're in the McLaren Honda, and can be seen as a bad thing because we just upgraded the Honda engine. But no matter, so our first lap, P4, just getting a feeler for it, being the first intermediate conditions of the weekend. Or am I lying about it? I think I'm lying about that actually, but I hadn't done any for a while. So, you know what, let's get on with it. Our second lap was actually better than the first lap. We were doing hot lap, cool lap, hot lap, cool lap. That was the way we were going to go about it. Going to a third hot lap, which is lap 5 for some unknown reason. We're pushing hard again. We're about 7 times up on the dirt, I think, 8 times up on the dirt. So what will we do? We go purple, and that's a 22.851, I think. Yes, it was. And I eventually posed P3, but only a 10th behind Val. So we're going to move into Q2 now, with the track now drying out. And our first hot lap, yeah, it was going alright. It was going okay. Where will they put us? Yeah, we're going to P1 again. We go a couple of times quicker than we did in Q1. That's lovely jubbly. And we're going the next, like we noticed that we get DRS. It is probably about to be time for slicks. Usually it is when you activate DRS on the 2016 and 17 games. So yes, this is going to be our final lap on the intermediate time, as we get it in as a banker, because you never quite know if the slicks will be ready. Here we are on the DRS, heading down towards the start finish line now. And yes, we pushed the goalposts even further by another 10th. So yeah, the track was probably slower, but the fact we had DRS probably overcame that. So now the question is, what tyres shall we now use? We're going to use slicks, but we're going to brave it for a strategic call. It's going to be the prime tyre, and now I'm going to leave you with that lap because, well, it was a little sketchy. Okay, so it didn't work out too badly. Well, have you seen this? Daniel Kvyat correcting the session by 6 seconds. What on earth is going on with the game that I suspect it's glitched and it's not simulated Kvyat properly, because that is a little bit weird. Just imagine if it's happened in Q3. Speaking of Q3, we're going to move on now. And I have to say, the grip was a little bit tricky. It was at that stage where the AI seems to be very overpowered because the player can't seem to grip the track properly, if that makes any sense. Bad to say our day's not going to get any easier, but this is Formula 1. We have no chance to dilly-dally around, and on our first lap, we're still P10. By the fact we set a time, and it looks like a good time. I'll go admit, the lap was tidy, but it was just slow. But on the final lap in Q3, this is the big one. This is the final one. We need to do better than 10th. We don't want to be starting 10th place. Yes, we have a prime tyre, which will help us, but let's have a prime tyre and be in the middle of the top 10. Let's throw the cat amongst the pigeon. Anyway, out the hairpin now. We're going to be powering down towards turn 11, activating the DRS through 11, and here we are now on the back straight, going under the guards of the old casino bridge. And now we'll be braking very heavily into the final chicane, trying to avoid the wall of champions. That's nicely done. We give the wall of champions a lot of respect as we head down towards the finish line. We take the shortest route to line. Well, this put us.
We're very happy with our position. Well done.
You might be happy, Jeff, but I'm not happy with P9. It is what it is, I guess.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Vettel, Hamilton and Kimi Räikkönen. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Always, so now it's resource points time. We are just saving up at the moment because our focus is on the power unit, of course. I explained it at the beginning of the career mode, and we're just waiting for that. And we haven't done any official upgrades to any of the other departments, so we can't buy anything there, so it's just the same game at the moment. Kvyat's glitch time in Q2, however, means he's winning the rivalry, even though we beat him in qualifying. Maybe they need to include qualifying position in the rivalry for F1 2018, but, you know, I guess that's already been decided. Yeah, with the team, yeah, everything's all swimmingly good. So now it'll be time to hear from the agent to hear what we're expected to do in the race. Or not expected to do. God knows.
Hello. I just wanted to pass on the team's expectations for this race. Good luck.
Do they honestly expect us to slide to P14? Do they honestly expect us to only be 70th in the championship? Which, by the way, I think is very secure by now. But anyway, Canadian Grand Prix time.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Räikkönen, Bottas, Sergio Perez, and Ocon, Ricciardo, Grosjean, a McLaren, and Daniel Kvyat, Massa, Verstappen, Nico Hülkenberg, and Sainz, Magnussen, Alonso, Lance Stroll, and Jolyon Palmer, Wehrlein, and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Where our strategy will be a one-stop, we're going to go prime qualicon, so this is going to put a lot more fuel in because we want to use the power unit aggressively. That will probably mean more penalties towards the end of the year, but we're expecting to take a lot of penalties anyway in this first season, so that's nothing to worry about, really. And now we line up on the grid for the Canadian Grand Prix. It's a track that I love, it's a track that I tend to go well at, but this is a McLaren Honda, which obviously in real life wasn't brilliant around here, and even the McLaren Renault 2018 wasn't great either. So, this can only go well, can't it? And as we wait now for the 5 lights to come on, anytime soon, here they are, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5! And it is go here for the Grand Prix de Canada, and we get an alright start. Fact, for a prime tyre, that's very impressive against the qualies. If we were in the quads, I imagine we'd actually be well past Ricciardo. But instead, we got to fighting round turn 2. And Ocon's going to keep his nose stuck in. He's still got the inside. We're trying to squeeze him even with a bit of the power slide, and no. He gets ahead of us. We have to accept it as we go into the first chicane. But no matter, we're going to be trying to be on the attack with him as we now head through 5 and now into the 6-7 chicane. We go a little bit wide there, which is going to compromise our exit as we have to traction out over the curb, which is not ideal. And there are plenty of leaves going on for some reason, which is weird considering the Canadian Grand Prix is held in June, and it certainly was last year. Right now into the 8-9 chicane. That's nicely done. Nicely on the power. Grosjean's close behind us. Those quads are going to be very quick early on. So, this is going to be a race of defence, certainly at first. Maybe later on we'll be able to push a bit more. We really did not make a good effort out of that happen at all, do we? Anyway, let's not worry about turn 10, let's worry about turn 11, which is obviously just flat out. And we now just get ready to hopefully not be overtaken into the last chicane. We have to go defensive against Grosjean. And he does overlap us, but we have a nice line now. And we traction out and okay, yes. Lewis Hamilton is clearly into the lead now. He's past Sebastian Vettel on his way on the first lap. And that's the end of lap 1 for us. So now that's all done and over with, now the strategies can unfold. On lap 3, however, when DRS is now activated, because lap 2, quite frankly, I managed to be alright. But oh no, Grosjean's going to have a look. We just got defensive. We kind of cheekily block his line. That's kind of not acceptable, I guess, but we defended it anyway. Yes, the guys ahead, they're just blatting them at the moment, because quite frankly, they're on qualies, they're in quicker cars, and that's just the way it is. As you can see from the gap, they're 2.7 ahead, that being Ocon, but they seem to get a lot of time for the first 2 corners. So maybe the Force Indians and Ricciardo, who are battling each other, holding each other up. I don't know. Anyway, lap 5 now. It's now 7.3 seconds to someone. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
It seems like there's some kind of problem with the car.
And yes, Hulkenberg's now got a failure of some form. This is curious. But Hulkenberg's behind us, that we do note. Yes, we're 10.7 ahead of Fernando. That's good. And we're now starting to catch the guys ahead for some reason. I highly doubt that's going to be just the qualies, because yes, even though their quals were unprimed, I'm sure that the overlapping pace hasn't quite reached yet, but we make a hash of the first chicane. So, what do we know? Let's head through 5 now, and into 6, but if you notice the gap is 1.6, it was 2.7 a few laps ago, and now we're heading into lap 8, and Grosjean's going to have a bite on us. No, into the third chicane, no he's not. So that's all lovely. And now we head out of 9 as we now look forward to turn 10. Grosjean's going to be very close. Will he have a look at us into turn 10? As we now head down the brakes. No. Oh, yes, he does. He overlaps slightly, but we're going to traction out. And even with the McLaren Honda, which is only very slightly upgraded, we can pull away from the Ferrari-powered house. That's lovely. But on lap 9, we struggle out the first chicane, second chicane, sorry. And Grosjean's going to be right on us. We're going to have to go defensive into the third chicane, which may not necessarily be the wisest thing, because the DRS detection line is just there. So we move on to lap 10. And Grosjean's still staying with us. The quads are holding on certainly for the house. Anyway, we're going to have to go defensive yet again into the third chicane. He's actually going side by side with us, but he has to back out because there was no way he's going to end up being side by side. And there we go. And now the pit stops are now starting to happen as people are pitting on qualies. And Hamilton's decided he's going to have more qualies. So that's interesting. He's going for a 2-stop. That's going to be interesting for the battle at the front anyway. And we noticed Raikkonen, he's come out on the prime tyre. He's able to go to the end. He's basically going to be doing the inverse of our strategy that we've got planned. So that's quite curious in itself. And on lap 14 now, we're 2.5 behind. But we make a hash of turn 10. We noticed that he's spot us behind. He's also following Hamilton with the quali, whatever tyre he's deciding to go on. I'm presuming the option. And he's going to be slipstreaming us. We're going to go defensive because let's have a bit of fun. But yeah, let's be honest, trying to hold that Mercedes back, it ain't going to happen. But it was a bit of fun anyway. So we're just letting by. I'm going to steal a slipstream as we come out the final chicane. Yeah, the Mercedes engine is so good that even with DRS versus slipstream, he can stay ahead. We're going to try and dive bomb him, even though he does the fastest lap. Yeah. It was nice to have a bit of fun, but yes, it was quite telling us at this point that the primes were actually dagging a bit too much. We decided to pit early. We decided to change our strategy. We're actually going to go prime quali, and here comes our pit stop now, braking down to the 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. That's 80 kilometers an hour, and now it's time to breathe. We noticed Perez, it was only a few seconds behind, and he was in the pack ahead that we were catching early on, then eventually lost. So yes, it looks like we'll be battling for lower points here, and there go the qualies on, and out we go now. We're noticing Massa is actually the car behind. Grosjean's going on primes, he's going to the end as well. But now let's go off the speed limit and see if we can overtake Grosjean and Massa. Yes, we're going to have Grosjean, but well, yes, just about, yes, we actually pass him, yes. And that's now P9 for us. We were P8 before the stop, so we have lost a place. Massa's clearly undercut us, but we have got our bad tyres, so to speak, out the way because we've used our primes and we can now just go quali. I'm not sure what tyre Massa's going to be using for his final set. It may be qualies, well, it won't be qualies, it'll be options or primes, so it'll certainly be a race tyre, but we are closing in. We were closing in during this phase of the race, which was lovely to see, but trying to pass the Williams and the McLaren Honda might be a bit of a struggle, because that Honda is nothing on the Mercedes in terms of power units. We now get a VSC, because Ericsson's out the race. I forgot to get that and why he retired. I'm so sorry about that. We just have to slow down to match the Delta, because it did catch us out just a little bit, and we leave it perilously close to getting a penalty, so that wasn't good. But strangely enough with the VSC, it was a very quick one. As you're about to see now, yes, it's ending, which is a bit weird, but it appears that we've used the opportunity to just edge close to Massa. I say edge, so it was only a little bit of something. As we know, go back to green flag racing on lap 19. Now to lap 20, we notice we've been closing again and again and again. And now to the third chicane we go. We've clearly got more grip than him. We have the better chassis, we have better aero. It's just the fact that power's letting us down. So maybe the quali tyre versus quali tyre, it will actually help us. I mean that in the sense of, well, we've got fresh ones. Jeff is asking us to change the strategy. We're going to ignore that whenever it comes up. We're going to go, no, we're going to ignore that, because we're going to be focusing on Massa now. We're going to have the DRS. We'll be able to take him into the final chicane. Yes, we do. That was actually relatively easy to take. It was a Williams versus a McLaren. And yes, there we are. That's up to P8 now. Nicely out the last chicane. Not hitting the wall of champions on the DRS. And there you go. That's finally now P8. And it appears like it's going to be raining very soon, as you can hear, Jeff. Yeah. It's going to be quite interesting if rain does happen in 10 minutes time, because that'll be the last 2-3 laps. But anyway, you'll have noticed just there now, 8.4 to Grosjean. So we have pulled that gap on him. Clearly having quals versus prime has been very effective there. And we're going to come into the pits game. I'm going to go for used quals this time. This was a fresh set of qualies, and this is a used set. I'm going to be honest, I was meant to split the race into 10 and 10 from our pit stop, but I went one lap too long. I'm not going to lie to you there. But considering we've gone from fresh to used around about now, well, why not? Yes, we can see that Grosjean is clearly ahead. But what about a race against Massa? Has Massa gone for the undercut against us? He has gone for the option tyres, we can see. And off the limiter again. We've already managed to win one of these battles out the pits. We'll be able to win another. One of the quirks of Canada is we get these battles side by side. But oh, we just squirm as we come out. And that's going to put Massa alongside us. And yes, we're going to have to concede into the first chicane. We saw that earlier. It's like, no, let's not bother. Let's just focus on getting him later. As we're now following through 5. And now down into 6. We're not going to have a look there. That would be stupid. Our problem here is traction as we come through 7. Yes, we clip the inside grass just a little, and that upsets the car just a little. But no matter. We're now heading down towards the 8-9 chicane. We clearly have more grip, because we have very fresh qualies, and he's on used options. And we're now going to be in a slipstream as we head down towards turn 10 now. We are close. It was easy before, but what about this time? We're going to have to set him up. Ooh, we squirm a little bit under braking. We nervously put the car in, and we traction out alright, to be fair. Now it's all about trying to get him down this backstretch, but he appears to have the engine mode turned up relative to before. So we're going to have to try something very brave if we're going to take him into the final chicane. Will we have a look? No, we're going to set him up into one clearly. We get a good run through the final chicane, involving going past the track limits apparently. As we now in the slitching of DRS, we have everything. It might be a bit of a struggle to get to him. We're going to have a look into Wood. We'll be able to pass him. Yes, he sails behind us. He doesn't fight it for some reason. Oh. And that's made it up to P9. That's doing my throat in this commentary. Anyway, that was lap 28. This is lap 13. Our tyre comes with Roman Grosjean. As we go purple through sector 1. It's clear that chassis is working well in the most chassis-based sector. We're doing alright. Grosjean is a few seconds ahead. Yes, Jeff, we have 5 laps of fuel remaining. That's one thing now. We've used our extra fuel now, so we have to take that in mind. But that's nothing we don't have to worry about anyway. So, what's the gap now? And it's 1.9. Just roughly 2 seconds. The gap behind, yeah, we're pulling away from Massa. We're 2.3 ahead of him. So our focus is going to be Grosjean for this race, because the guys ahead, that's just going to be unrealistic. So we're not even going to think about that as we're heading to lap 33. Now it's 0.8. We're now entering DRS range. We didn't quite get there on that lap, but we are going to be this time around, as Bottas does the fastest lap of the race. We actually go deep into turn 10, but it allows us to veer the corner off quite effectively. And we now go through the gears. We'll be able to overtake the Haas of Roman Grosjean as we get DRS now. He's going to be quick in a straight line. That Haas is very handy thanks to that Ferrari engine. We'll be able to have a look into that final chicane. He goes defensive on us. We're going to go down the inside nonetheless. And we end up going side. Well, what can I say to that other than yes, we are through. That is P8. And yes, as I said, our focus can't be ahead because we are 25.4 behind Esteban Ocon. So there's only one thing to do. We're going to finish the race, cut to the finish, and that's a lovely P8.
Good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
"54 seconds behind now on a 50% race. That's not brilliant, is it? Because that'd be 1.5 laps down in a fully fledged race, but no matter. Pierre, that's not bad. We're now extra out on ship because Perez has overtaken us. As you can see, it's going to be very difficult to keep up with Verstappen, Perez, Ocon behind. That's going to be tricky. And in the constructors now, yeah, we're just sort of in the middle of nowhere, but Haas and Toro Rosso are close. And now with the resource points, yes, we're accumulating them very nicely at the moment. There's nothing really to complain about that. And obviously our first driver bonus is going to propel that just slightly more. 915, we're saving them in the bank. So when we do get to upgrade the power unit again, once we get our upgrade, what is due in Austria, then we can apply 2 upgrades straight up so we can improve the economy and the power and make that power unit a diamond straight up. Our rival is going well. Our team approval rating, that's absolutely smashing. I can't complain about that. And now come the career score, where we got some numbers which mean absolutely nothing to anyone apart from the nerds who like to sweat out career mode for whatever reason. And on that note, guys, I shall see you next time because it's classic car time. Cheerio.